What's up, Esra? What's up? What's up? We got Esra, Sharon, Amira. What's up, Jalebi, Nadia? What's up, Mariam, Julius, Sharon? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I'm literally you know what? You guys are coming in early. It's coming in early. Thank you, Emil. What's up, bro? Um I'm literally in the midst of recording this new episode, and I'm gonna start doing this hopefully daily. So I'm gonna start doing this daily. Thank you, Amir, for liking it. You're so sweet, honestly. I love that you keep on liking it. Thank you. So I'm gonna start doing this live stream daily, and I've got different topics I'm gonna talk about, right? And I'm actually live streaming as well right now. We are on Kick, and where the fuck are we at as well? Somewhere else. Can't remember. But yeah, and eventually what we'll do is that some of these recordings, we'll cut them into podcasts as well. They'll be on YouTube, all types of shit, right? So, yeah, let's just get this shit started. We got where your podcast most from me. Has anyone messaged me, by the way? Sorry. If I don't respond to you guys, don't be mad at me. Where your podcast most gonna be? It's gonna mostly be Apple Podcast, and it's gonna be a Spotify. But you can check it out on YouTube as well. The video is gonna be out on there. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is, for some fucking reason, right? How the fuck do I do this shit? Oh shit, Ghost out in the building. Yeah. So today, one thing that I really want to talk about. Let's get a few people in. Otherwise, we're good. We're just going to get this started. Hopefully, you guys can get some value out of this shit. I'm going to keep live streaming today. Oh, you fucker. Come on. There we go. There we fucking go. Yeah, I want to talk about a few things today. I want to talk about Carrie, how you're really crazy, how much it resonated with me, really helped me heal. Thank you, Nadia. I'm really, really grateful. I'm really grateful. Thank you. You know what? You know, one thing that I'm learning, Nadia, is I'm learning how to take in praise. Does that make sense? I'm learning how to take in praise. When you say really healed me and crazy how much, I'm like trying to take that in. Does that make sense? I'm just like, yeah, take in what she's saying, because automatically what I'll do is I'll deflect, and I'll be like, oh no, it's on you, and you know, oh, you deserve all the praise and this and that. But I've also learned part of this healing is, you know, it's okay. It's okay to say thank you. It's okay to let praise hit you, you know? So, but yeah, man, are we about to get started? Yeah, we can. Let's just get started. All right, I'm just gonna start recording. By the way, I'm really fucking new to all this streaming shit. I've got up here, down below, I've got my fucking camera, fucking webcam and shit, so this is another angle. Your videos are great. Thank you. And thank you for following me on Spotify. Thank you. I appreciate you. We need to, yeah, we'll start putting a lot more content up. A lot more content. People have been, look, even the love, it's just been amazing. Honestly, I'm extremely grateful. I think the rate at which it's growing as well is pretty crazy. You know, all praise be to God. So yeah, but it's pretty awesome, right? And the thing is, like, I get to be authentic. I get to be who I am. I don't need to fake being who I am. I can just be who I am, and that's that. You know what? Can't I? You know what would be sick if I could actually, if I could like write on top over here. But I guess now I'm already live. Otherwise, I want to write the topic of today, and today's topic, I think, what we should talk about is, I think, questions that you need to ask before you marry him. Right, so let me just do this. Let me just get this shit started on YouTube, and then what's up, Amira? What's up? What's up? Just get this out. You guys gotta make sure we like this shit. Obviously, make sure you fucking like. I sound like a like hole. It's like this, like this, like this. But hey, that's what we gotta do. All right, let's get this started. What up, everybody? Q is healing. I just want to start off today with. We got TikTok live up there, and I'm doing this shit from here. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit awkward in the start. I don't know where to look. I'm gonna start off taking some questions from here. Your bio says love DM, but I tried to message, it says can't due to your settings. All right, thank you for saying that. I'm going to check it out. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. I'm just getting free gifts. Y'all motherfuckers, why are you not fucking giving me gifts over here? I need fucking gifts on fucking YouTube and wherever the fuck this is. Look at these beautiful people. Amira, thank you for the gifts as well, honestly. You know what I'm afraid of? I'm afraid of I might start rambling and then all of a sudden I don't notice your gifts. But if I don't, I'm going to make sure to at least message you or some shit. If I don't say hi. I'm going to try my best. But yeah, we're live. There's a few things I want to talk about today. And I think one of the things that really are important is, you know, questions that you need to ask before you marry him, right? Before you end up marrying him, you really need to understand who he is. And when I say you need to understand who he is, you have to understand the nature of a man, right? A man's biggest priority is essentially he wants to get laid. Okay? That's a massive, massive priority. I'm not saying it's the only priority, but a massive priority in a man. And nothing because of like, oh, he's evil, he's this and that. That's just how, you know, men are designed. I think what you want to be cautious of essentially is you want to start off knowing yourself. When you know yourself, well, it's not, you know at least who you are. But a lot of us, we go into a relationship, we have no fucking clue who the fuck we are. We don't have any fucking clue of who the fuck we are, right? We don't have any fucking clue of who we are. We think we know who we are. And I feel like a lot of us, we go into relationships with this hole inside of us, right? We go into a relationship and we think, oh, you know, he's going to fix that or she's going to fix that, right? But the problem is until we don't look at that wound, we'll constantly get the wrong people and I guess kind of manifest or attract, or we'll subconsciously, you know, pull on people that aren't good for us. They just aren't good for us. And I feel like one of the things that you really need to understand is, first and foremost, before you understand the other person, you need to understand yourself, right? What are my wounds? What are my triggers, right? Let's say that you have been neglected as a child. If you have had manly figures that have treated you bad, well, and you're like, oh, I don't need to know myself. Yeah, I don't need to do any work. God, bless me. Bless me with a great husband. Bless me with a great wife. Well, sure. Okay. But you know that wound is going to continue. God is going to continue teaching you the same lessons over and over again until you learn your lesson. God is going to show you the same shit over and over again to you until you learn your lesson. And perhaps your lesson is right now, you need to look at that wound. You need to understand, why am I acting the way that I am? Why am I doing what I do? You need to truly understand and I guess look inwards before you start looking outwards for external relationships. Because none of that will really fulfill you. And it will always, to a certain degree, disappoint. Because that person most likely has trauma of their own, right? So the best that you can do is actually start internally, right? Before I can tell you, oh, these are the flags to look out for, and this is it. But if you got this massive wound and you are still, say subconsciously you are attracted to, you know, let's say men that are more of that perhaps portray similar patterns to other male figures that you have experienced in your life, well, then I can give you as much advice as possible, but it's always going to fuck up. It's always going to get fucked up at some point. I think one thing that we need to realize is we need to look internally first and foremost. We need to heal. Yeah, absolutely, Sharon. Need to work on yourself before looking to get married. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's such an underrated thing. Why is no one talking about this? Why is no one saying, hey, you need to look at your shadows. Look at those deep, deep, deep wounds, right? Because the problem is, yeah, sure. You might say, oh God, Allah, give me the best husband ever, right? But I ain't got to work on myself. Or the same, a guy does, men do this. Oh God, give me this type of wife. But he's never even looked at his own shit. He's never looked at his own shit, right? And I think what we need to start realizing is we need to start looking at and healing first and foremost
That's what we need to do. We need to start healing. We can't expect other people to fulfill these holes that we have in us. That's something that we have to do ourselves. I'm gonna take let me just take a few questions before I get deeper into it. Let's see here. Like you read my mind, I wrote some down. The videos awesome. Nadia, I just want to say thank you. What you're saying makes sense. 12 years in, I don't know what to say to him. I'm sorry. Wassalam. I'm just taking a few questions and let's continue. I remember one of your videos you said that I remember one of your videos that you said you were on a journey with. Sorry, I'm not getting what you're saying with that. Let's take a few questions before we continue. I know I'm gonna definitely listen to this guy for my evening walks. You better get them fucking steps in. You better get them steps in. I better see 10K steps. I better see some 10K steps. Yeah, me too, sis. Can you make a video about men who want space in marriage? Oh, shit. You know what? You guys, if you have any ideas, please feel free to DM me. I'm gonna change the settings. By the way, everyone like this shit. Obviously, I gotta say that shit. You gotta like that shit. Need to work on yourself. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your videos. You have some great insights in ways I haven't before. Thank you. Honestly, I appreciate you. Absolutely. Hey, from England. What's up? What part of England? Love your videos. Thank you. But anyway, let's get back into it. I think one of the most important questions that, at least after you've done the internal work, after you've looked into your shadows, after you looked into all of that darkness that perhaps resides in you, yeah, sure, then you can start to say, okay, let me find a guy that I really resonate with, that really I think I could have a future with. And some of the most important questions that are fucking important and really slept on is, you have to realize, look, you can ask questions. You can ask a man questions, which is great. But men will have a tendency to say whatever they need to say in order to get too close to you. And I'm not saying this in a sense that men are evil and men are these dangerous, villainous creatures. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying instead is a lot of men, well, all of us, we are primal when it comes essentially to getting closer to a woman, right? So at the end of the day, you have to look at his behavior. You have to analyze his behavior, and this is something that you must be good at. And I think once you have done a lot of work on yourself, I think you'll be easier able to spot this. Like whether that's gaslighting, whether that is not respecting your boundary, whether that is constantly making, becoming cold once it is that you start to say no, which is again another form of boundary. You have to understand. Yeah, man. I just think a lot of women are not even realizing that even when some men seem to be empathetic, essentially what's really going on sometimes is a lot of men, they are faking the empathy. A lot of men, they are faking the empathy. A lot of men are faking their empathy, in the sense that, and I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm not saying this, oh, now you gotta put a tinfoil hat. I'm just saying this to protect you. Just something so you are aware of. Do you understand? Don't put on your fucking tinfoil hat. Men have a tendency to, first and foremost, be able to, I guess, show empathy, right? So when you open up and you say, oh, these things happen and that happened and this happened. Well, and he might say, oh, I understand. This must have been hard for you. This must have been so difficult for you. And what that is, from a psychological perspective, he's mirroring, right? He's mirroring your behavior essentially to make it look as though he cares. And a lot of men have, some men have a tendency to really not have empathy. Reason why they don't have empathy is essentially when you are younger, you have this thing called a brain to heart coherence. And when you are growing up in a survival state, as a man, when you're growing up in this survival state, your heart essentially, the empathy that is sent up from your heart, essentially the signals that are sent from your heart up to your brain, those get shut down. right? Because your body is in this survival state. So when you experience trauma early on, your body essentially is like, oh, fuck. Yeah, no point of being have empathy right now. There's no fucking point of me having empathy. There's no point of me having empathy. I need to survive. And since a lot of men don't work with that, there's 40,000 neurons in the heart. And a lot of men don't work on healing that trauma and reestablishing that brain to heart coherence. So they lack empathy, but you will still be like, well, this guy looks very empathetic. This guy looks very empathetic. Oh, he looks very empathetic. And that's because we as men, when we haven't learned how to have empathy, we learn how to fake it. A lot of Muslim men learn how to fake empathy because we haven't actually received empathy when we were growing up. And that essentially has shut down that brain to heart coherence. The signals that are sent from the heart to the brain, which is essentially of that of emotional context and empathy. So we know what it looks like to look like we actually give a fuck. But a lot of times, we really don't give a fuck. and there's few ways in which you can start to see whether he is mirroring, for example. That's one thing, right? Mirroring your behavior. So let's say, for example, you start to share some of the things that you're feeling, right? You say, you are talking with him and you are sharing things to him about how you're feeling. And he might, in the start seem very, very empathetic, right? Very like, I understand. Yes, I see what you're saying. Oh, that must have been so hard for you. And this is why I say it's so important that you have done the work on yourself so you are easily able to spot these things. Because you can see at that point how deep is this guy really willing to go? How deep is he willing to go? Does he just stop? Oh yeah, that must have been hard for you. Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. Is he willing to go deeper and deeper and deeper to understand, hey, how does that still affect you right now? How does this appear here? And do you feel like it affects you in this and this type of way? And this is so fucking basic. But I feel like some people really need to know this. That him just saying, oh yeah, that's fucked up. Oh shit. Oh, that is faking empathy. And I'm surprised a lot of people don't know it. Right? Maybe it's because I'm a man. But that's what it is. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh yeah. Either he doesn't have the emotional intelligence to even know what the fuck to do in that situation, or he doesn't give a fuck. Either way, you marrying a guy that doesn't have the emotional intelligence or really doesn't want to go deeper and sit with your shadows as well. He hasn't sat with his own shit and he doesn't want to sit with your shit. Do you understand? As much as a lovey-dovey and we wake up for Fajr together and we'll do this together and we'll do Umrah for our honeymoon. He doesn't give two shits about the dark side. And when you are marrying someone, you need them not just to have, the light, the beauty, the goodness. You need to be able to have someone that is willing to sit with your darkness. You need to have someone that is willing to sit when things are not good. Because bear in mind, there's going to be a time when you're not going to be as pretty. There's going to be a time when it's going to be inconvenient to him, right? And this is one of the things that I say you also need to understand. When you need to understand who he is when you are an inconvenience to his ego. Do you understand? When you are an inconvenience to his ego, you need to understand who he is. A lot of men will go around and they'll be like, oh yeah, do you know what? Fully understandable. Always when it's the perfect setting. Assalamu alaikum. Are you okay, sister? You okay, sister? Assalamu alaikum. Right? But the truth of the matter is you need to look at when it's inconvenient for him, who is he then? Who is he when let's say your boundary is an inconvenience to his ego? Who is he then? Right? Who is he then? And you also need to be able to get that a lot of men will use your emotions. Oh, what the fuck was it called? Is in psychology they have this shit too. Oh, fuck. Okay. What the fuck was it called, man? Oh, I need to look this up. One sec, guys. But I need to look this up. So but essentially what we do is we will sort of a lot of men will have a unconscious tendency to get to act and be empathetic to get closer to you, right? So essentially to get closer to your heart, right? And be like, oh yeah, oh do you feel, oh yeah, and do all these things. But essentially, once they have gotten the thing out of you, let's say they want physical, right? They want sex, right? Once they have gotten that, and once you are sort of connected with them, they will say, you know what? Now your feelings are an inconvenience. And you will notice a lot of men at that point, once they have gotten what they want, they're like, yeah, fuck that. I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. I already own her. I already got her. Do you understand? I'm trying to give you free game here. And this doesn't mean that I'm trying to scare you that all men are these dogs. No. But you have to understand, first and foremost, that there are some men that will act very, very perfect, like as though that they're healing and they're doing this and blah, 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 and they will fake their empathy. A lot of men will fake their empathy, right? Let me look into we got some, do you have it? You should start giving men lectures. I'll just look into the comments right now. And then you said you want a journey with Mother Aya and you finally understood religion. I did. I'm going to make a full-on video on that. Absolutely. He rushed you away because he was toxic. He didn't want to change. He just accepted his red flags. Yeah. There are some men like that. Don't tell me. Yeah. All right. Let's get some more questions. I have spoken with a man from Egypt. When I ask him many questions, he is like, never ask me about, always I give, so I give up. Shit. Look, if a man doesn't, okay, let's go back to the basics. If a man doesn't ask you fucking questions, he doesn't, and look, questions not just in regards to, how are you doing? How's the weather? What do you like? You want to sleep together. Always had to end it with that shit, right? Fucking men. That's all we think about, isn't it? But essentially, the basics are, if he doesn't give a shit about, if he doesn't care about your interests, let's say you like poetry. Let's say you like poetry. Let's say you like to I don't know, you like poetry, or you like this, or you like something else. And if he doesn't take an interest in you, if he doesn't take an interest in your other interest, he's not interested in you. He's not interested in you. Do you understand? He's not interested in you. What he's interested in is probably a need that he has in him that he wants to fulfill. And that can be multiple needs. That can be an emotional need, right? Perhaps he has a mother wound. Maybe he needs comfort. Maybe he needs care. Or maybe, it's a lustful need that he has. And outside of that, for him, you might be an inconvenience. And this is why I keep on saying you need to heal yourself. Fuck everybody. Honestly, fuck everybody. Your internal world creates your external world. So when I get questions, for example, that say, look, a man is treating me this and this way, or a woman is doing this and this and that, I always say the same thing. I say, look, you need to fix your internal worth. The fact that you need to ask me, I respect your bravery of asking me. I respect your courage to ask me. I respect that. Yeah, it takes a lot to message a stranger. And thank you for trusting me, but you need to fucking heal. You need to fucking heal. You need to look into those wounds and say, why have I lowered my worth so fucking much that I'm allowing these fucked up situations to happen? And I'm put in such a fucked up position that I need to message a stranger, right? A sexy ass motherfucker that looks freaking good. But I need to message a stranger and ask him, hey, this and this is happening to me. What do I do? And then you need to ask yourself, why don't I have the self-respect? Who told me that I'm not good enough? Who in my childhood taught me that I'm not good enough? Who told me that this is my worth? And this is the ego that you have. This is the mask that you've had. Probably you've experienced trauma. Probably you haven't felt always good enough. Probably you felt like all of it, like you weren't good enough. You didn't deserve love. You only deserve breadcrumbs. Maybe you received conditional love, where like the only love that you got was conditional. It's like, this is the conditions that you have to meet, then you'll give love. A lot of Muslim families, they don't realize this, but a lot of us, we give out conditional love. We give out conditional love. And I never noticed this before as well. I was like, what? Unconditional love? Right? But then once I'm on this healing journey, I'm now starting to realize, look, unconditional love means you love and your child knows they are loved irrespective of anything. They are always loved. And for me, this was a very odd concept, because I was like, no, you have to fight for love. You have to deserve love. You have to be worthy of love. And I started to read a lot of psychology books and books from Gabor Mate and just these books. I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucked up. Oh shit, I'm fucked up. I'm like, oh shit, I'm fucking traumatized. What the fuck? I thought I had to fight for love. I thought I had to work for love. I thought I had to do all this shit to get love. But what the fuck? I'm actually worthy of love? I deserve love irrespective of anything. And a lot of Muslim families, I'm gonna be so real. You can ask yourself, if you change religion, what would happen then? Would you still be able to get love? Would you? Right? Let's assume, I don't know, let's say you have the hijab on or whatever. Let's say you removed it. Would you still give love? Let's say something happened, would you still get love? Would you still get love from your parents? And if you did, awesome. I'm happy for you. But there's a lot of parents out there, and again, it's society that's conditioned us to say, hey, these are the parameters, and within that, you will get love. If you step out of that, you won't get love. We will throw you out. And what that essentially, again, when you start to go into a lot of research within trauma, it sets these criteria on one, where one says, I have to fight for love. I have to work for love. I am not good enough as I am. And we start to accept breadcrumbs of love. We start to accept breadcrumbs of love rather than realizing that we are and have always been worthy of love. So my point with saying that is you need to always look internally first. Look internally first and realize who you are. And also understand that whatever a man says, when he's meeting with you, you have to essentially be so good at knowing yourself that it will become a lot easier. If you have emotional, unintelligent men, right? Emotional, unintelligent men. If you sit with unemotional, intelligent men, well, you will start to be able to pick on shit like this. You will be able to pick on behaviors, right? I'm not saying for you to be paranoid. No. Know your worth. Know your worth. Know your fucking worth. And sure, if someone says, oh, you are too much, or you are this and you are that, well, fuck them. Well, fuck them. If people say you're too much, fuck them. They only like when you're small. They like when you can be controlled and molded and shaped. No. You came on this earth. You manifested on this earth to be free, to be who you are in your full essence, right? So when people, they say, no, you're too much, you're too this. No, they just like to control you. They just like to keep you in that, and you have to step out of that shit. And it's hard and it's challenging, especially when you want to break out generational trauma. And I know some of you are thinking, yo, I just want to have a fucking husband. I just want to have a fucking wife. I think it's just, I just want to have a happy relationship. Why the fuck do I have to battle this traumatic shit and generational trauma? Why do I have to heal? Can't I just fucking be happy? I understand. And I think the answer is probably no. Probably no. Well, you can, sure. And you say, well, this woman is happy and that woman is happy and this and that. You have to understand with trauma, right? And I said this before as well, God will continue putting you in the same positions and situations over and over again until you learn your lesson. Until you learn your lesson. And the best way for you to learn your lessons is actually doing shadow work. Is going deep into your wounds and saying, why am I okay with dating a piece of shit? Why am I okay wanting to marry a piece of shit? Why am I married to a piece of shit? Right? I'm not saying you're married to a piece of shit, but I'm just saying in case you are. Because I hear a lot of stories where I'm like, why the fuck don't you fucking leave that guy? He's fucking abusing you and using you in all types of ways. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I realize a lot of people and a lot of Muslim women, their self-worth is so low. A lot of Muslim women, their self-worth is so low. They have so low self-worth that they are failing and they're not recognized the divine power that is within them. Sure, because there has been patriarchy. And essentially that's why, and it's also society that's lowered the standard so much that as long as you don't get your ass fucking beat, right? And as long as he doesn't fucking, he doesn't yell, and as long as he pays the bills, and he doesn't cheat, khalas, that's a good husband. That's a good husband. And you know what? I'm not even gonna like shit on people, because I used to think the similar. I used to think as long as I pay the bills, as long as I don't cheat, fuck man, I deserve a trophy. I was like, where's my fucking trophy? Where's my fucking trophy, right? I'm not cheating. Give me my fucking trophy. Not realizing that I was emotionally numb and I was emotionally unintelligent. I was so emotionally unintelligent. And I was disconnected. And again, based on trauma. So I said this before and I'll say this again. I genuinely feel that the best way to I guess, you can think, hey, one thing I say about with when you are asking questions for men, you're considering, bear in mind, notice what happens when you set up boundaries. When you become an inconvenience to his ego, that's a very important one. When you set boundaries, when you say no, what happens then? What happens when you say no? Right? Let me look into some questions. Oh shit, we got a lot, brother. Brothers don't want to put that kind of work because they're distracting in the depths of those. Don't overshare past trauma. Yeah, not that you should overshare all of your past trauma if that's the question, but I think obviously don't overshare, but this is the point. You want to get to know this person as well. You want to get to know how this person handles your dark side, because I promise in a relationship where both you and both of you essentially can't meet each other's inner child, his inner child and your inner child, when they can't meet, which in a lot of Muslim marriages they can't fucking meet, because first and foremost neither party understands there's something called the inner child. And how are they gonna meet? How are they gonna get comfortable with each other? And yeah, I think that's the loneliest place to be. That's the loneliest place. I know people that have so much fucking money. I know girls that are married to guys that have crazy money, and they are so fucking miserable. I know a lot of Muslim men that have a bunch of money, and their wives are miserable. She's fucking miserable. She fucking hates him, right? And in the start, she thought, oh yeah, he got money. Well, sure. He doesn't have that much of emotional intelligence, but fuck it. At least I'm gonna get a few sick bags. At least I'm gonna be driving up in a fancy sports car. But what happens then? The soul, it longs for something deeper. The soul, it longs for, marriage to be something where both souls can essentially meet each other. Now I'm saying this. A lot of Muslims, I feel they conflate the idea that even the verse that said, we created you in pairs, wasn't actually meant in that context. It was meant in another context. So people get that messed up. But anyway, a lot of people think, and a lot of Muslims especially, they think, well, he needs to fulfill me and I need to fulfill him. Hell fucking no. You fulfill you. You fulfill yourself. You make yourself happy. You fulfill your desires and all. Give that to yourself. That self-love, self-compassion. Whatever you're seeking in him, see why are you seeking it in another person? Why can't you try to give that to yourself? Because when you can give that respect, love, and care to your inner child, you won't need it from anybody. And you will only accept motherfuckers that can give you that type of love. That's the fucking best game that I can give you. That's the best fucking golden advice that I can give you. Find your inner child, love your inner child, appreciate you. And again, you do that by doing shadow work, by doing deep shadow work. And I'll release a lot more content. And I'll also show you guys how to do that shadow work. I want to get married. Someone find Aya, I'm assuming a husband, maybe a wife. Okay, let's get some questions in. You know what? One thing I don't like about TikTok is I have to scroll. What the fuck? Oh shit! Oh my god, oh my god, someone from Afghanistan. Hey, what's up? We're all the way in fucking Afghanistan. Hey, shit. I got some shit to talk about Afghanistan. Oh shit. I want to say too, hey, don't get me killed. Nah, I love Afghanis, man. I love my Afghanis, man. Shout out to Afghanistan. Let's see. I'm gonna try to get to your comments. They always do. You should start giving men lectures. I'm gonna actually start these series on trauma. I'm gonna start releasing courses. I'm gonna do all types of things. Don't worry about it. But yeah, man, you know what's awesome is a lot of women are actually sharing this shit to their husbands, and actually some of them are actually listening, which is fucking amazing. I'm so happy. Someone was telling me their husband has totally changed. I was like, of course he has. Of course he has. He fucking listened to the fucking greatest. What about emotion distant men who want you there but no sex? Yeah, he probably got erectile dysfunction, maybe. What about emotion distant men who want you there but no sex? I'm not fully understanding. So basically what you're saying is that emotionally distant men who want you there but no sex. So if I'm understanding that correctly, okay. Yeah, I'm not fully sure if I understood that, but I think if he's not, one of the things that I think a lot of men are actually hit by is low testosterone. I think men should get their testosterone checked. I think men should genuinely get their testosterone checked. A lot of men nowadays have really low testosterone. So I think that's, and it's also about how we live as a society and these things. And yeah, if he's emotionally distant, it's hard to say, you know. If there's no sex, probably he's got erectile dysfunction. And you also want to observe, you know, whether he's watching some naughty things on his telephone or, hey, not that you have to be like, again, I'm so, like, I don't want you, it's hard because at the same time, I want you to be aware of this shit, but I don't want you to constantly be alert 24/7. What a fucking shitty life. But I guess you gotta look into, I'm sorry, not saying your life shit, didn't mean it like that. But I'm just saying, like, if you had to be 24/7, I think you have to come to a point where you're like, do I want to spend the rest of my life this way? Do I really want to spend the rest of my life this way? Is this fair for me? Do I deserve better? And that's why I say, fuck what he does. You focus on you. Because once you realize your own worth, maybe you'll be like, I don't fucking need this guy. There's even some women that are towards that guy too, yeah. What do you think of marrying a brother who's been divorced twice and wants polygamy? He's got a good track. Bro, what do you think of marrying a brother who's been divorced twice and wants polygamy as well? Oh, this naughty boy. He wants polygamy, naughty boy. And he has a great track record. Oh, 2 strikes. Look. Polygamy. I say this. Polygamy. A lot of men have desires of polygamy. And I think it comes from a place of status. I honestly think a lot of Muslim men, they can't even emotionally fulfill one woman. How the fuck they gonna emotionally fulfill 4 women? How the fuck they gonna do that to multiple women? Because a lot of Muslim men think that providing, spending a little bit of time, and then, you know, some action in the bed, that is essentially what makes a husband. That makes a good Muslim husband. totally ignoring the whole, like the 99% of what a relationship actually is, which is that of emotional connection. Right? Which is emotional connection, understanding the other person, being and creating that space for them. A lot of Muslim men can't even do that for one woman. How are they going to do that with 4? How are they going to do? That's why a lot of Muslim men, they think, hey, I need a wife that shuts the fuck up and is easy moldable. I can mold her. She doesn't ask too many questions. Hey, no Western in my house, no Western music, no Western TV, nothing. She has to stay in that mindset, which is just fucking closed, and she doesn't think, and she's easily to be controlled. I'm not saying that he wants to do that, but I'm just saying a lot of men, I have rarely met men that are polygamous. Well, I haven't met Muslim men that are polygamous. I have met non-Muslim men that are polygamous. Sorry, I haven't met any Muslim man that is polygamous. Well, I've met one, but he's also like really, really rare in terms of emotional intelligence, and here's why they're cool with that. But I rarely meet Muslim men that are emotionally intelligent and polygamous at the same. Like, that shit just doesn't happen. I haven't seen that. So in my opinion, are you okay with him being polygamous? Like, if you are okay with polygamy, sure. Hey, big family, right? You make yourself a little soccer team. You know, obviously you chill with the other wives if that's what you want to do. But if you're already against polygamy, well, there's your question. You say, no, baby, not gonna happen. Yeah, we ain't got a recent friend from Afghanistan. Hey, he never knew what to know about me. He just asked how much love me, and he wants to marry me. And I ask you what you mean about love. He never wants to know about me. He just asked how much love me, wants to marry me. Yeah, he doesn't love you then. He doesn't love you then. If he just asks you about like how much he loves you, how can he love you if he doesn't know you? He only loves the part that he actually knows of you. He only loves the parts of you that stay quiet. He only loves the part of you that he knows right now that he can, and that's what he wants to marry. He doesn't want to marry you. What he wants to marry is the convenient part, the part that stays quiet, the part that he doesn't know, not the dark sides. That's really what's happening. If he's not consistent, is that a red flag? Consistent in what? If he's not consistently showing love, well, it depends. I guess it depends. I think I need more context, Sharon. Give me some more context. Not respond and stop texting me. Yeah, if he stops responding and stop texting you, he doesn't want to get to know you. I'm sorry. He doesn't want to get to know you. All he wants to do, and I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm sorry if I come off as offensive. Forgive me. But I'm just being honest here. If he really doesn't care about you, then honestly, if he doesn't care, he just loves the parts of you that he doesn't like, only the parts of you that he can see. And even if you marry him, he will only love those parts. Once he sees you're fully, oh shit, who the fuck is this person all of a sudden, right? Yeah, then he won't like that. Man met my parents for marriage for 2 years, became cold and distant to tell them legal marriages are haram. Of course. You know what? I can't wait on the stream when I'm going to do like on the stream here, and I'm going to start to get reactions. Like a button, and then we get like a fucking reaction or some shit. Like a video reaction. But yeah, that's fucking crazy. I'm sorry you had to go through that, Nadia. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I hope you're healing. I hope you're fucking healing. Blessings to you, honestly. Blessings to you. May God honestly make it easy. Honestly, I understand that broken hearts, you know, it can really fuck up. But guys, by the way, we're 29 people. Obviously, like that shit. Let's see here. It's actually exhausting all reading between the line just to see. I know. I understand it is really, really exhausting to really. But I think that's why I say you have to be in a position yourself where you have done the internal work. When you have done the internal work, I think you are already able to spot red flags. I can see, look, I know narcissistic people. Beforehand, I didn't recognize them. I had to use so much mental effort because I was really unaware. But once you start to do a lot of shadow work, once you start to do internal work, all of a sudden, it won't just help you in marriage. It'll help you in your career. It'll help you in your wellness. It'll help you in your happiness. It will help you everywhere. So I understand. But yeah. For real, what men can transparently be? A real connection is priceless, but energy it takes to get there. Absolutely. It takes a lot for both parties. Look, a lot of people, they think, oh yeah, they just want a perfect relationship. But the truth is, you both have to do work. You both have to put in that fucking work, right? You both have to put in that work. You can't just expect, oh, you know what? Hold up. You can't just expect, oh yeah, I'm not going to put in the work. And yeah, we're just going to have real connection. That doesn't happen. Right? That doesn't happen. You have to both be willing to meet each other. And I think one of the things that hasn't been spoken a lot about is you also have to, I'm going to be honest, this one is going to be a little bit tricky, but I think a lot of men's relationship to pornography as well. Right? And sure, men watch porn and whatever, but you also have to understand that a lot of that shit desensitizes men, their brains a lot. And it really, really fucks them up. It really fucks men up. Porn is probably worse than fucking heroin. So I just want to put that out there. Something you have to be extremely cautious of. We take in far less than we put out, leaving ourselves completely depleted. I hear that. I really want a healthy marriage with a good guy. Thank you. Thank you for all of you guys that are sending all this love. Appreciate it. Sorry if I don't respond when you send me these things. I'm so sorry. I really want a healthy marriage with a good guy, but every guy I've gotten to know disappoints me. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. Fair. First and foremost, I'm sorry that you had to go through this. Ta, I'm sorry that you had to go through this. Why do they always become distant and mean towards the end? Because they're piece of shits. Because they're absolute fucking piece of shits. That's what it is. They're piece of shits. And when shit gets real, that's when they're like, I've had my fun. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean here, but I'm just trying to make you understand. They're like, I've done it. And what I want you to start to realize, Ta, is you need to understand your own worth at this point. I heard this guy called Dr. Wayne Dyer, and he kept saying that, you know, a woman, he's basically a spiritual teacher, like, yeah, it's my cat. He wants to go outside. No, you just been outside. My cat always wants attention when I'm streaming or I'm recording. It's such a selfish cat. It's like me. So selfish. But you know what it is? One thing Dr. Wayne Dyer, what he spoke about, he's basically been on Oprah, and he's been like Oprah's fucking teacher or some shit like that. But he spoke about when you experience, someone came to him in the same way and say, look, I always get into these relationships and I keep getting disappointed over and over and over again. And he had to get to a point where he basically told her, okay, but what about yourself are you doing that's allowing you to get and sort of get these people back into your life? And I'm not saying this in a sense to be like, oh yeah, you should. It's trying to be, I don't know, to not acknowledge your pain. What I am trying to invite you to see is perhaps sometimes when the same situations happen over and over and over again, God is trying to teach us a lesson. And I've seen also in my own life that if I don't pick up on that lesson, and which by the way, a lot of the time is self-love, respecting yourself, having love for yourself. When we don't have that, then God will teach it, like He'll show us the same thing over and over again. So I guess the question that you have to ask is like, you have to understand what part of me thinks that I'm worthy of this. What part of me thinks that I deserve to be treated this way? What part of me thinks that it's okay for people to treat me like shit? And perhaps it's, I will give you an example of me. I noticed in my life, I didn't have a lot of boundaries. Boundaries in the sense that I would let people walk all over me. And now that I've started to do this healing shit, I'm like, oh, fuck you, piece of shit. You're about to step over this fucking boundary, but it required a lot of healing. So what I'm saying is, I said this a lot of times, once you start healing, look into shadow work. I'll release a lot more about shadow work as well. Once you start healing, your your trauma and whatever that part of you that feels unworthy, because a lot of us, we have it. It's the most common thing in humans. The most common fear is, I am not lovable. Thank you for sending that. I'm not lovable. I'm not good enough. So I want you to look into that shadow. And other than that, I'm sending you love and blessings. May you heal and may you find a man that sees the divinity in you. And this is what I mean, sir. I'm going to create a lot more where we understand our true nature. Our true nature, we are simply, this right here, my skin, all of this is just, it's not who I am. It's not who you are. Your skin, your name, your identity. I think my work with psychedelics allowed me to step out and see. I thought I knew who I was, but that was never me. We are souls that come from God. These divine souls with indescribable power. Indescribable power. And once you realize who you fucking are, you will never settle for anything. You will be easier able to spot bullshit. Right? You'll be easier able to spot bullshit. So blessings to you. It's called insanity, doing the same thing, expecting. Absolutely. It's called insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. Absolutely. Better to know before you're married. Amina said, change your belief. Your self-worth is not up there yet. Yeah, I agree. She said that to Tar. That's what I mean. Exactly just like what Amina said. You have to change that. Are there any books that you recommend to read? Yes! Who asked that? Nuri, what's up, Nuri? Nuri, shit, I got a bunch of books. Anything that has the OG name of Gabor Mate. Hey! Gabor Mate. Okay? Gabor Mate has a few. I've actually ordered some books. Wasn't that? I think my bell actually. I'm supposed to get like a bunch of books today. But I've got a bunch of books for Gabor Mate. Gabor Mate, all of his fucking books are fucking insane. Even if you suspect that you have ADHD, which he argues, and fucking incredible argument, where he says ADHD essentially is a trauma response. But all of Gabor Mate's book, I think looking into that, there's another book. It's called How to Change Your Mind. And this is more on psychedelics. Again, I'm not saying psychedelics is the route for everyone. Again, has to be guided and assisted and therapeutical. And the integration work is super, super important. And that's also a documentary series. You guys can check that out on Netflix. Please, if you watch it, message me. Tell me, yo, Q, I saw How to Change Your Mind on Netflix. And tell me your thoughts. I really want to hear. Dr. Joe Dispenza, his book, what is that? Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. But all of these books are awesome. But I think definitely understanding trauma. And The Body Keeps the Score. The Body Keeps the Score is one of the best books that you can read on trauma. Really, really. Alhamdulillah, you were spared from long-term misery. Yeah, that's it, Tar. You were spared from long-term misery. Why do men treat women who are, I'm assuming you say bitches. You didn't want to say it, Sharon. I'm going to say it for you. Why do men treat women who are bitches and someone who is kind and love and treats you like crap? I think that's a good question. I think the reason why men do that, honestly, is it's there's a lot of reasons behind that. I think it has to do with this sense of it's a lot it's being evil. Honestly, sometimes when a woman is distant and you have to you don't really, she's unpredictable, right? She's a bitch, right? She's unpredictable and she pushes back. That challenge there, that dopamine that is released in the brain of that chase after her, she pushes him away. She has a bit cold nature. Perhaps his wounds that he likes, his trauma is triggering things. So the dopamine in his brain is, it is being triggered by these old wounds and it's almost like a challenge for him to get her. Whereas with the warm and sweet girl, it's like, nah, what the fuck? And perhaps because he's a piece of shit, most likely. That's why. Because he's a piece of shit. Right? And if he treats her like crap, it's because he's a piece of shit. Because he's a piece of shit. Likes to control fucking women. Like, he likes to control. That's why, probably. Right? And yeah, he hasn't done the work himself. Literally, I was told, I pay all the bills, so I don't have to give anything else. What? Nadia, don't you know better? When a man, he pays the bills, that's all he needs to do. When a man pays the bills, that's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to give you any emotional safety. He doesn't need to give you any... You know what's so fucking funny? I hear all of these fucking dawah bros. They talk about the same shit over again. A man has to be a protector. A man is the protector. A man is the protector. Bitch, we live in the fucking Western world. The likeliness of all you fucking Rambos needing to protect her is like literally once or twice in your fucking lifetime. You needing to fight for her. But what is gonna happen is every fucking day, you need to create emotional safety for her. Physical safety, that's maybe once or twice in your fucking lifetime, if even that. And to be fair, a lot of these fucking Rambos, they can't even defend her. They can't even defend themselves. Okay? But we lived in the Western world, bro. I had a friend once in Dubai, right? And basically, he was basically telling me, he was like, yo, he basically was like, yeah, I'm her protector. Yeah, I protect her. Yeah, she has to obey me because I am her protector. That is why she has to obey me. I provide and I protect. And I was thinking, bro, you live in fucking a Gulf state. It's the fucking safest place to be. What the fuck you gonna protect her from? Air condition? Are you gonna fucking protect her from the fucking air condition? Are you gonna fucking, like, what are you protecting her from? What are you protecting her from? Sure, when other men walk around and you hold her, is the standard that fucking low? What the actual fuck? What a woman needs, and I'm learning this too, because it's so easy to say, well, men are protectors, men are warriors, we need, the likeliness of us needing to show that we're warriors is in the Western world is so fucking small, okay? A lot of us, we don't need to fight. We live in safe environment. We are okay, right? And even if you come from the slums and the hood, I grew up in the slums and the hood, not the slums, but the hood, right? But it's just, bro, the likeliness of that is so rare, and it's such a convenient way to say, yeah, that's it. That's all my responsibility, providing and giving you safety. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of men, they walk around with man titties and they're like, I'm a protector. I see a lot of men, they put on some weight. Bless your heart, bro. I know we be eating right. Blessings to God, we be eating right, you know? But yeah, all this protector thing, bro, you gotta protect her. Come on, man. How do you, guys, I need us to like this shit. Anyone who ain't like that shit, not why are you not liking it? How do you help a man who is emotionally numb, or do you not help him walk away? How do you help a man who is emotionally numb, or do you not help and walk away? Well, that depends. Do you want to live and want to be his therapist? Sure, stay in that. Look, I can tell you this much. I had people also believe in me that stayed with me, and essentially, like even with my wife, I was able to really that helped me out of that situation. Do you understand? Like, helped me out of being emotionally numb. But that's also because I've always been the type of guy, I always try to improve myself. Whether that is physically, whether that is mentally, whether that is whatever, I try. I always try. I'm not trying to, like, say like a whole, I'm better and whatever. But I have realized how fucking rare it is for men to really want to try. Even when I had so much trauma and this mental capacity that was limited, and I was not, the best fucking person, if I had 0.0001% to give, I would try to give that. But a lot of men, they are emotionally numb and they want to stay that way. Then why are you needing to give them therapy? And also, to be fair, when I took healing, when I started to read about healing, and when I understood how much it was affecting me, I was like, fuck this shit. I need to really, really get into this shit. And the way I've done healing, I've literally been like a fucking psychopath. Absolutely crazy when it comes to healing. Like, boom, 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 boom. I need to heal everything. So what I would say is like, if you're ready to be his therapist, this is a long-term fucking project that may give you no return of investment. If you are willing to sacrifice your own youth and your freedom and your love and all of that to a man who really is potentially emotionally numb and he really doesn't want to fucking heal, then please, you can do that or live your own fucking life. Heal yourself. Because imagine what that toxicity is doing to your inner child. That you are being like, the only way that I'm lovable is if I have to fix this guy. You are not here to fix someone. Yes, you can guide someone. Yes, you can help someone. You can mentor someone. You can guide them in the right direction. You both can heal together. That's beautiful. But you're not on earth to fucking heal everybody and just try to fucking another person. And you are in that relationship because then you are not, you are falling in love with the potential. You are falling in love with the potential of what this person can become and the likeliness of a lot of men healing, especially when they are emotionally numb, unless something crazy event happens to them in their life or they really get awakened, sometimes can be quite rare. Well, why the fuck would you stay in that relationship? Why the fuck would you stay in that relationship? What you saying, boy? What you saying, boy? You want some more attention? If somebody has a female cat, then tell me. My boy, he's trying to get married. That's why he's streaming saying, what up, y'all? He's saying, what up to all you cats? If you guys got some cats, then let me know. Yeah? Some female cat. What's your preferences? What you like? What you like? Oh, Shona. What you like? What you like? What you like? Oh, Shona. Alhamdulillah. You're welcome. Read that one. Your mind will be blown. What book was that? What book was that? Getting the Love You Want. Oh shit, I haven't seen that. Hold on, let me screenshot that. Is that good? Amina, is that good? I'm gonna check that out. I don't know if this can help anyone. They don't want to help themselves. Yeah, you can't really help anyone. No, you can't. Anyone that doesn't want to help themselves, fuck them. Oh my God, I've got 99 messages. Oh shit, I need to go. I need to really, really make sure I read that. I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking slow at this shit. So, do you never know? Thanks for your videos. Hungary! Hey, what's up, Hungary? Daniela, what's up? I made more money, so I didn't care for that. Oh, and yet all of us want affection now. Yeah, I get it. Facts, I have someone trust issue. I hear you. I hear that. Let's see. Jiska, Toskana. You know what? Fuck it, guys. I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna do it like this now. No, I don't do that shit. My arm is hurting. We're still live on the thingy. Hold on, let's see here. What's all this conversation that's going on and I'm missing it? Why is everyone having fun here in the chat and I'm not seeing all the fun? What's happening here? Oh my God. It's all these comments. Blessing, man. I love you guys, man. You guys are awesome. Yeah, you want some attention? All right, guys, let's see here. What else we got? Oh God, I have missed. If I've missed any of your comments, I'm walking through. Hold up, one sec. My boy. Yeah, what you want? You know what he wants to be seen. Here, one sec. You guys here? Where is he? He just wants attention. He's like me. Look at him. You guys say hi to him. Say hi, Noah. Oh shit. Oh. All right, let's see. Okay, let me see. Let's go back. Some men use money financially to abuse. Absolutely. You know how many men they say, oh, just because. Look, I know a lot of men that, yeah, sure, they've got money and they will literally say, my money, my rules. Fuck your money, fuck your rules. How about that, bitch? How about that? And that's because of all these imams and sheikhs and all these fucking red pill, even the red pill motherfuckers too. And the problem is, a lot of imams and muftis and sheikhs, they are red pill because they are deeply traumatized. Why is no one even saying this? It's so fucking obvious. Well, probably a lot of women are saying it, but yeah. Let's see. Some men are good at hiding their true self. It took me 2 years to realize. Even fooled my parents. I'm sorry that went through to you. Daniela. I need more money, so I didn't care. We already went through that. Mine was amazing content. Thank you, Ruby. Thank you. I don't think men's ego can handle that, unfortunately. I end up getting married to him. You dodged a bullet. Sharon, what's up? From Ireland. What's up? I think you guys are so you're welcome. You guys talking to you welcome. You'll become so mentally strong. You see men for who they are. Yeah, Nuri, may inshallah, may God's light, the divine's light, really bestow upon you, honestly. And I think I was reading about this today, when we are broken, essentially, that is when we have the deepest ability to truly heal. Is in our broken state. Is really when we are hurt. Healed my inner child and now found someone completely opposite of my ex. Hey, what's up? That's what I'm talking about. That's what the fuck. Hey, I need like a trumpet, like. Boop, boop. Allahumma barak. All praise be to God. All praise be. Keep healing. Keep healing. Keep healing. Keep healing. Blessings. That is awesome. You're doing it. What if he uses deen against you? You gotta learn deen yourself. Learn deen yourself. I had to unlearn. And to be fair, if he learns deen, first and foremost, what kind of fucking relationship is that? I'm sorry. If he uses deen against you, he's not just coming in between you and basically your happiness. He's coming in between you and God. He's coming in between you and God. What kind of a fucking shithole place is that to be? Like, one side, you got the fucking... you got your own problems with the faith. You got your iman that goes up and down, and then you got this motherfucker. Just because I'm not saying him, but if he uses a deen against you, yeah, absolutely, that's a sucker move. I don't have any respect for men that use deen, against, or even women that use deen against the men, or men that use deen against. It's just all of it. Stop. Keeping your iman. It's just allow it. And the problem is, you might say, oh, the faith actually doesn't say that. And then all of a sudden you get manipulated into making yourself so small and convenient. That's why I personally think that my teacher, who's honestly the only teacher I followed, which is, check him out on YouTube, some of his lectures, really awesome, as Mufti Abu Layth. And Mufti is like me. He's just straight to the point. He doesn't have any filter. I love that guy, man. But yeah, he'll essentially make you realize, and a lot of these things, a lot of the misogynistic thing, and a lot of these men, they won't talk about it because, it's the institutionalized version of Islam, and you see similar to Christianity and in Judaism. You have these institutionalized versions, and none of them actually are willing to step out of that. And I feel like Mufti is the only one that really does that, and that gives you that spark and that love for the faith again, irrespective of what you might think. Men can't even handle one woman, for real. They can't even handle half a woman. A lot of men, they can't even handle, a lot of men can't, a lot of Muslim men can't fully handle a healed woman, right? Because a lot of the times she intimidates us. When she's healed and she knows her worth, she intimidates us. We're like, oh shit, she fucking knows her value. Oh shit, it's harder to control her. Oh shit. And that's often when a lot of men, they'll go to that and say, feminist. No, she just knows her worth. She realized the divinity in her. Just like he needs to realize the divinity in him. We all need to. And just because that she's healing, yeah, a lot of us, we do get intimidated. And I used to get, perhaps, not like a lot of these motherfuckers, to be fair, like that's getting nowadays. It's just some of the stories that I'm hearing, I'm fucking reading and shit. It's just absolutely fucking crazy. But yeah, there was that feeling of, oh shit. And her healing, and women sort of healing was just, it was kind of intimidating. Because like, oh shit. So unconsciously I was like, oh, maybe this one is too difficult. But it wasn't that, healed women are difficult. It's because when a man is unhealed, he recognizes that he has so much work to do in order to even be, I guess, on the same wavelength. So it's a lot easier to just put a stamp on and be like, oh, feminist. Our ummah is hellbent on destroying themselves and others, especially in these marriage websites. What marriage websites are we talking about especially? Religion has become really powered by the Delulu. They don't understand religion. Trust me, when I start looking into Mufti Abu Layth, whatever just like when you look at me, okay? Look at what he says. People judge based upon you have a kufi or Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for the roses. I thank you for the rose. Thank you for the gift. Assalamu alaikum. But I know how men are behind all of this. Behind all of that persona. And I know. That's what I'm saying. You gotta look and study that. Look at how Islam truly. Look at how Ibn Arabi speaks about. You guys, all of you, check how Ibn Arabi, right? One of that's called the Sheikh Al Akbar. His go with ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT Ibn Arabi, and how he essentially his perception on women. Do you understand? And then you start to see there's a lot. All of yeah, I'm healing. I find it comfortable with Allah. Yeah, that's it. Salam, your content is so good. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you. How to manage a man who doesn't like to be told directly. Oh, I got 73 messages. Oh my days, man. You know what? When I go live, I can see how these streams are gonna end up being so much longer than I expected. Because I wanna answer your questions as well. Am I still recording on this one? Oh shit, we are. Alright, cool. Assalamu alaikum, your content is on. What's up, Beans? I'm so sorry, I'm so slow at replying at this. How to manage a man who doesn't like to be told directly. How to manage a man who doesn't like to be told directly. How to manage a man who doesn't like to be told directly. I'm not fully sure I'm understanding the message. To manage a man who doesn't like to be told directly. Well, first and foremost, it's like, told what? Right? And what is it he doesn't like to be told? Why doesn't he like to be told it? And what about it, like, why? And depends on what. If it's something simple like, hey, I need to speak to you and I have these feelings, you gotta give me some more context, Nisa. Assalamu alaikum. Spot is beautiful and one person cannot do all the work. Has to be both of you. Exactly. Has to be both of you. Sisters, we have to do shadow work. It's never stressed enough. Yes. Amina said it. We have to do shadow work. Please. I'll start to make a lot more content about shadow work. I'll teach you guys as well how to do shadow work, how I do shadow work. I still do. I will also recommend any of you guys that check something out. Obviously, check out Carl Jung. Jungian psychology, Carl Jung, and look into, you guys can use ChatGPT or Google or whatever you want to use. Use ChatGPT. Who the fuck Googles anymore? Use ChatGPT and check out Carl Jung and what he says about shadows, right? And read up on that. It will truly show you. Are you British? I'm actually, I've got a British passport, but I actually live in Denmark. So yeah, but it's a long story, but I guess I'm a little mix, but I'm primarily Danish. Thank you for the heart, Ikra. Thank you so much, Ikra. I just seen it right now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You can't focus on them. You can only influence. Your videos are literally based on a guy I used to speak to, and everything you say is on point. Hey, I appreciate you. Well, it takes a douchebag to know another douchebag. It takes one to know one, innit? It takes a douchebag to know another douchebag. Let's see. What we got. How to manage a man who doesn't like. We've done. I would love to see more male supporters on your content. Yeah. So would I. Do a Muslim man that hasn't committed zina exist? Yeah, they do. But the question is the question is also like, okay, well, let's assume that he has done zina. Okay, but fair. You don't want a man that has done zina. Okay, sure, but you know, you got. I guess yeah. If that's what you want, that's what you want, right? And especially, I guess if you are the type that's like, I'm not gonna engage in sexual activity before I get married, and you're like, that's the standard I've put. Yeah, stand by your standard. And they exist. You know, sometimes we as humans, we just think, oh shit, this is the max. Like this is the max of the people that actually are in the world. Trust me, there's 8 billion people, okay? Don't worry, we got a lot of good men out there as well. You just gotta work on your Not Gabor Matin. Gabor Mate. Mate. I'm going through you guys' comments right now. Dawa Bros are Andrew Tate in different front. You know what? Andrew Tate is their fucking dad. That's what the fuck he is. Pisses me off. And you know what? The fact of the matter is, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of Dawa Bros, how they supported Andrew Tate, and honestly, despite all the shit that he did, they kept on holding sides with him, and oh yeah, it honestly gave me that feeling of, you know what? These guys, they probably know a lot more than me. They know a lot more than me, probably, maybe. And it always gave me like this approval, stamp of approval that, yeah. You know, but I guess I could see through that bullshit of his. I could see through Andrew Tate. I was like, something's odd. This guy is fucking weird. Eventually. Took some time, though. Do you do one-on-one chats for advice? I will open up for that. I will. The thing is, yeah, I will do that. I will. I'll also take in, doing these streams, I'll take in calls. So anyone wants to. So that's what I'm saying. Man, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fucking fun on these streams. So yeah. Let's see. We got what y'all saying. How to manage a man. I'm so sorry if I don't get to your questions. I will. What was the turning point for your journey? I think psychedelics. Yeah. I was suicidal. All right. I was suicidal since I was 11. Yeah, I was suicidal since I was 11. I realized. I didn't remember. If you ask me, I started doing a lot of psychedelic assisted therapy. I even drank. I was in Peru as well, and yeah, that really turned it around. However, I think overall it must have been must have been that. And I think when I started to do psychedelic therapy, I realized that since I was 11, I had kind of been suicidal and depressed. And in my mind, I didn't remember any of this. But then I was like, oh shit. And I remember it reappeared back when I was 18. And it had just been in my mind like, oh fuck, I can't. Thank you, Emilia. What's up? And it's just been in the back of my mind that, yeah, I should kill myself. Like, oh, when am I going to die? I was living in a state where I was in a constant survival mode. And I think a lot of our nervous system, and I've spoken to a lot of people are just thinking, when am I going to die? Like, they're not, I'm not suicidal. I'm just tired of this life now. I want to try something new, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's a form of depression. Not a form, that's a massive depression. That's a massive, massive depression. And that is a form of suicidal thoughts as well. So I think a lot of reading on trauma and a lot of work, internal work. And I think psychedelics and a long integration work. I guess, again, recommend you guys check out this documentary on Netflix, How to Change Your Mind. Fucking awesome. If you watch it, please message me afterwards and be like, yo, I watched that shit. That shit was crazy. How do you know so much? How do you know so much about these things? Shit, I'm a nerd. I study this shit. I study so much of that. I've been studying like things about your mental things and all this shit for the last 10 years. Plus, I don't know. I've always found this shit fascinating since I was a kid. And by the way, I'm a programmer. If you guys like, another surprise, programmer actually. I used to be a programmer. I do a lot of programming. Let's see. Have I missed any comments? Plus, our brothers never taught about shadow work. Nobody's taught about shadow work. Why would keep a man and your wife, he doesn't acknowledge you, communicate, care for you? Yeah. How do you know so much about it? We spoke about that. My guess is they don't want to be a bad guys and divorce. What was the journey? We talked about that. It's like they wait for you to make the decision because they're ashamed, but they drive you there. Yeah. Who sent some gifts? Steffi, appreciate you. Thank you, Steffi. Thank you so much. Everybody, you guys gotta like this shit. You gotta like the fucking stream, obviously. Thank you. Everybody like, he's so sweet, honestly. Wallahi, man. You guys want to keep hearing me talk, man? Shit, I'll talk. Who should I choose to marry with my heart and I feel love for a man who is good for me? Who should I choose for marriage when my heart is and I feel love for him or a man who is good for me? Obviously, a man that's good for you. Oh no, let me answer this way. Look, if you want to experience heartbreak, right? If you want to have heartbreak, then fucking go ahead and have heartbreak, right? I'm not trying to say this to be mean, but if you want to have heartbreak, go ahead and have heartbreak. But I'm just going to say, it's going to take a long fucking time to heal from that shit. And it's going to be really fucking painful. And it's not fucking worth of it. So find someone that actually fucking loves you for who the fuck you are, so you don't have to, and spot these things. When you see a fucking red flag, it is there for a reason. A lot of you have stopped trusting your gut, right? You just told it, shut the fuck up, gut, shut the fuck up. No, listen to your fucking gut. Your gut doesn't lie. Unless it tells some shit about me, then it's fucking lying. What we saying? Hold up. Hey, Aisher loves Gabor. Gabor is the GOAT. Gabor Mate is the GOAT. He's the fucking GOAT. Listen to the broken he's giving us. Yeah. Gabor Mate, check out that map of consciousness. Map of consciousness. Essentially, it will show, and I want you to check map of consciousness out as well. Essentially, when you raise your frequency, in a sense, all of this is like, raise your frequency, vibrations. All of those are like fucking bullshit. But there's actually a lot of science behind it. And institutionalized religion a lot of the times keeps us in the lower vibrations until we actually can break free from that. That's why I'm saying go heal yourself first, so you can essentially raise your vibration, actually scientifically, and then your external reality will change. What does it say? A real man is an absolute king. Abso-fucking-lutely. And you're looking at one. Do you have any hair growth tip? I don't want to lose my hair, but I am. Oh shit. You like my hair? Use minoxidil. Minoxidil really helps. Do you have any hair growth tip? Dawah Bros that Andrew takes. We talked about that. Alhamdulillah, he does. Let's see. You guys are talking with each other. We're having some internal dialogue. Do you believe that men can change if they're avoiding? They've been lying, disrespectful. I think any person can change. The question is, do they want to change? And if they don't want to change, then it's not your fucking responsibility to try to fucking change them. Sorry to say, but it's not your fucking responsibility to spend the rest of your fucking life trying to fix someone that doesn't want to be fixed. What you do is you say, thank you, goodbye. That's it. You have empathy for people, of course, if they want to. But if they don't want to, then what the fuck? It's wasting your time. What if he doesn't want to be alone? What if he doesn't want to be alone because no mahram, but doesn't make an effort to see you with one? Yeah, then you're not a priority. You're not a priority. You're not a priority. What if he doesn't want to be alone with you because no mahram, but he doesn't? Yeah, you're not a priority. You're not a priority. You're just a convenience. I'm just being honest. If he only sees you and he doesn't want to see you and he's like, and you say, I want a mahram. When you say I want a mahram and he doesn't want the effort to actually see you, he, honestly, he's not interested. He's not interested. It's just not convenient. And he just want to do shit that's convenient to him. Yeah. Avoiding men, absolutely, yeah, they're fucked up. Was told, don't build a man who isn't your husband. Don't build a man. Don't build. Yeah. Well, Yeah, I guess. You're right. To be fair, any man, you can build, but you have to build alongside with him, and he has to be willing to build. And if he's not, what are you doing? Shit, we still got 42 messages. Shit, I need to put my fucking phone on charge. This shit is fucking burning my hand. Oh my days. Hold up, y'all. One sec. What can I do here? Let me get my charge out. Let's see what happens here. Can a man who cheats and is overall disrespectful really change? Fucking hell. Oh my god. I don't know. Does he want to change? Once they realize they got you and you love them, they switch and show their true self. Look, not they. Look, Nadia, you're not. Don't say that. Don't say they. Don't think every man is like that. I know you didn't mean that. But a lot of men, there's good men out there too. I promise. Look, the world is your playground, okay? The world is your playground. And let's get this camera back on. Yeah. The world is your playground.
The world is your playground, essentially, and your internal reality will reflect your external reality. So if you believe all men are piece of shit, that will manifest into your life. Not saying that there's a massive amount of men that aren't that, and that's why I make this content as well, so you're wary of what to look for. But just so you know. Shit, we still got 27 people. Hey, that's sick. That fake facade. Yeah, you're not here to fix someone else from their trauma. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're not here to fix someone else. You can be with them. Look, for me, I find that I would love to see Muslim marriages where both parties are actually healing together. Where both are doing an effort on looking into their traumas and looking into their deep, deep, deep wounds. Where he's working on himself and he's healing and she's healing. That shit is beautiful. That shit is magnificent. That is so incredible. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of the times, it's one party doing it. And I've noticed a lot of the time is the majority of the time, is the woman doing it. She's doing the fucking healing. And the man expects, well, you better be fucking healed. But I ain't about to do some of my shit. And you're not fucking responsible for healing this shit. And sure, there's also women like that. There are women out there that's like, I want a perfect man, but I don't want to do anything myself because I deserve the fucking best. It's like, no, you fucking don't. Well, not with that fucking attitude. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Oh my God, ska hen min ragdoll killing him on. Moray, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Moray? In ragdoll killing, you gotta show me that. You gotta show me that fucking ragdoll killing. You gotta show me that shit. Let's see. Yes, getting the love you want is an absolute mind blower. Let's see. I can't tell if he's American or British. I'm a mix. Well, I'm not American, but I watch American movies. I watch American movies, that's why. Now, I'm actually Danish. Well, ethnicity is Pakistani, but I'm Danish, right? But I'm British. My dad, he was raised in the UK, and you know, my family, my majority part of them is in the UK, so I'm basically in the UK. I love how unknown that knows that I'm in Denmark. Hey, shit, I've some girls got some crazy stories about Denmark and some shit. A lot of you don't even know what the fuck I've been up to. I think some people that know me like from Denmark, because I had the Danish channel as well. They kind of know who the fuck I am and some of the things that I've been doing. Yeah, but I think I was told yesterday on one of the live streams, but yeah. We did some crazy things. I had a nightclub once. Yeah. Oh, that was funny. How to address chores with men and no gender role. How to address chores with men and no gender role. I'm sorry, Nisa. I'm still not fucking getting it. How to address chores with men and no gender role, etc. So you're saying that you have to address that you do this chore and you do that chore. Well, fucking tell him. I'm not getting like you just fuck like yeah, you gotta do this and I gotta do that. And if he doesn't like to be told directly, then why the fuck doesn't he like to be told directly? Maybe you can be kind to him and be nice to him. What the fuck does he want a fucking trophy that comes alongside with asking him to do his chores? Does that really struck his ego? A lot of men, I'm surprised when they do basic chores, their ego gets hurt. Why? Why does your ego get hurt when you have to do basic chores? My value is more than this. Ah, you silly cunts. Let's see what we got, y'all. We got a lot of discussions in here. Wa alaikum salam, bro. Let's get Did you just learn to curse? Yeah, I just learned to curse, literally. I did. You want to hear me curse a bit more? Sending you a lot of love. Yeah, we're sending everybody love. Everybody in here, sending you love. Sending all of you love. I gave a man everything. He cheated on me and he's telling me it's all because I was controlling. What a fucking piece of shit. I'm sorry. He fucking cheated on you and at the same time it's like, well, you were controlling. You should have fucking allowed me to cheat. Should have allowed me to fuck bitches. Should have allowed me to have all types of bitches in the fucking world. What a fucking... That's a fucking shit. That's that controlling and then saying, hey, you are right. Who was it that messaged me? Let me see. Who messaged me and told me that? Who said that? Who said that? Rosie. So Rosie basically is like, yeah, he cheated on me, and then he's like, he he said, I'm controlling. Yep. Rosie should have fucking Rosie, what did you expect? Honestly, you should have just allowed the guy to have a bunch of women and sleep around and act like, just do all types of shit. Obviously, should have fucking allowed him. Have 20 women at once, probably sleeping in your bed and all this and that. You should have allowed him. Feelings? What feelings, Rosie? You don't have feelings. You're a woman. Oh, people are fucked up, man. People are fucked up, man. I'm sorry that happened to you, Rosie. I'm really, really sorry. You deserve better. You deserve fucking better. You deserve to heal. I'm sending love your way. Praise God that you got out of that. Perhaps you were protected. Not perhaps. I am guaranteeing you were protected. So I'm sending love your way, Rosie. May healing reach your heart, inshallah. But Muslim men in Denmark are the same as non-believe. I know so many women that are single. Yeah. Muslim women it's very similar. Like, it only gets Islamic when a lot of Muslim men will start to get very Islamic when it comes to having 4 wives or their rights, right? Or the wife has to be obedient, and she has to be loyal, and all of these things. The Islam parts comes when essentially it's not about, your khushu, which essentially is your closeness to God. It's not really building your character and working on your internal things, how you were behaving, your judgment, your hatred, your anger, all of these things. It's not really about that. It's really when it comes to, these are my rights, this is what I want you to do, and I'm going to use religion to justify it because I don't want to heal. And the fun part is that they don't even know the religion. They don't even understand the religion. By the way, Rosie, I hope you didn't... Moray Josa, du was ekte. Du was fucking ekte, okay? Moray, du was fucking ekte. Real, recognize real. You know what it is. Men will drift your way every time the fuck up. Mia does it for y'all. I actually met Amir. Yeah, I met Amir back in, there was a event they had in London. I actually met Amir. He's a cool guy. He's a funny guy. Amir is a funny guy. Amir is definitely a funny guy. I used to watch a lot of boxing growing up. A lot. I wanted to be a professional fighter actually once. Let's see. Wam Slam, Asia, what's up? Amina Nadia, yes, you definitely do need to get your self-worth up. Preach, brother. We need to go up again on that. There was someone that messaged me and say, Sister Fatima, get Sister Fatima on the podcast. I was like, who's Sister Fatima? Who's Sister Fatima? So I go on TikTok and I started Sister Fatima, and then apparently it's you, sis. It's not you, it's me. It's called. Yeah. So message me. We'll see. We can set something up. Wa Salam, Sensei Lilith. Thank you for your love. Thank you, man. Thank you for liking my post. Thank you. I appreciate you. Your posts are helping me so much. I appreciate that. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. I'm just glad that it's helping you. They're good at being bipolar. Who is? Men? Oh, shit. How long does it take to get healed? Oh, my God. I think I missed some shit. Fuck. Why the fuck did they make this shit so small? Oh, my God. Why do I have to? Oh, my God. Now I've got to scroll up. You guys have some fucking patience with me, okay? I don't give a shit. Q, du er for vild. Selvfølgelig er jeg for fucking vild. Jeg er for fucking vild. Jeg er for vild. Everybody's like in English, like, what the fuck is he saying? That's Danish. That's Danish. You guys should, there's a tongue twister you guys can try to say right now. In Danish, you know what we say? We say, rød grød med fløde. Yeah, you guys try to say that. Rød grød med fløde. Rød grød. Imagine all the people right now saying, rød grød med fløde. That's probably how you sound. Right? Rød grød med fløde. Rød grød med fløde. Rød grød med fløde. Yeah, you guys can't say that, can you? What we got? Salam, what provoked you to heal yourself? I think I already answered this question, but yeah, it was trauma, and it was like I was about to become 30, and I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna continue the last 10 years of my life is not gonna be like the next 10 years of my life. And all praise be to God. My life literally changed after I healed. That's why I tell you guys, heal, heal, heal. Fuck all this relationship shit. If it, just focus on yourself and heal yourself, okay? Salam Pro, your video exceptional. What a fuck, Canon. Thank you. Thank you. I think so too. I think my videos are exceptional too. I appreciate you, honestly. What we got? Are you a psych major? You take your ideas as the way you articulate your thoughts is immaculate. Wow. You know what? I wanted to study psychology. When I was growing up, I wanted to study psychology, but I've been studying psychology, I would say the last 10 years or so. Trying to understand the mind, been trying to understand myself. And I've just been very fascinated with psychology and, yeah, just understanding how the mind works. But I'm actually really happy. It's actually really sweet of you to say that I've got a psych major. I don't. I actually don't. I've got a computer science degree. Hey, what's up, Golden Day? I've got a computer science degree. I'm a programmer. Probably didn't expect that, did you? Sanila, what's up? Appreciate you. Thank you for the gift. I'm a programmer. Yeah, I program, I code. Yeah, you probably didn't expect that, did you? Well, I was a programmer. I don't really program more, to be fair. I'm a lot involved in AI. A lot. But yeah, I don't program. I fucking love that. I would love to see more male supporters on your content. That we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry about it. We're becoming undeniable. You know, we're becoming undeniable. All praise be to God. Even the growth of this channel is just absolutely incredible. And that's because, you know, it's the love of you guys, right? It's the love of you guys. Let Allah deal with him. Keep it classy. Plus, it would make you still, they didn't care. Who are we talking about? Brother, do you live in Denmark? Yeah, brother, I live in Denmark. Yeah, I live in Denmark. Can a man come back after years of no contact? Why do you want him to come back? So when people ask me, will he come back after years of no contact, or will he come back after no contact? I always think to myself, like, but why do you want him to come back? Why do you want him to come back? What part of him is it that you miss so much that you're like, I need him to come back into my life so that this hole in me will finally be fulfilled. I will finally feel this type of love again. I'll finally be able to get closure. I'll finally be able to feel seen again. But perhaps the reason why you want him to see you is because you don't really see yourself. You don't really recognize the own value. And I promise, whatever he is giving you, that love, you can give to yourself. I've learned that in my life. Anything of external love that you're looking for, you can give that to your inner child. You can learn how to give that to your inner child, and you have to learn how to give that. So no, don't, like, why would you want him to come back? What the fuck? Like, yeah, sure. Look, we all been in love, right? We all been in love, and oh, it's so beautiful. It's so nice. Love is beautiful. Love is amazing. Love is incredible. But at the same time, look, if you're in his chapter was done, it's done. You need to raise the standard. Raise the standard. Find you someone else, right? Would you ever shift your content towards women and how we could do some introspection asking? Yeah. I will. So what was the question again? Would you ever shift your content towards women and how we should do some introspection? I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because I'm not sure what you're asking, Canon. I hope I'm pronouncing. I was certain questions. If you could just specify what you're saying, that would be awesome. Give me a reason to marry a man after your videos. It's not on my list anymore. Hopefully my video. Give me a reason to marry a man after your videos. It's not on my list anymore. Well, time to go lesbian. Well, unfortunately, wasn't any good men. Time to go the other route. Look, I think my videos, it shouldn't scare you of marriage, okay? It shouldn't scare you, but it should wake you up to make you realize that your healing is so fucking important. Until you don't recognize the value in yourself, when you are seeking others to find value in you, you will constantly fall short. And you will always be dependent. You will always be dependent on them. You will always be dependent that they see you for who the fuck you are. But the truth is, you have to see who the fuck you are. You can't always wait for people to see you. You have to see who the fuck you are. You have to realize your own worth. So my biggest invitation is, sure, you're looking for marriage, but you need to start healing. Do shadow work. Do some deep shadow work. And then you will recognize, I promise there are amazing men out there. There are men that are so incredible, right? There are amazing men out there. I promise they are really, really awesome. But I think it's almost like when we live I'll say it like this. When we live in a frequency, right? Let's say there's a radio channel. And where we are tuned in on a radio channel that is a lot of fear and guilt and shame based, which a lot of us are. A lot of us are in this guilt, fear, shame, this channel. Then we will almost find a lot of people like this. So what we need to do is we need to heal. So we switch channels. We switch channels. And all of a sudden it's as though that the world opens up and opportunities and the right people start to come in, but it takes a lot of shadow work, a lot of deep work. The best thing you can do is do shadow work. And, you know, God willing, you'll find someone else that is on that journey as well to do shadow work. I promise there's so much men out there. Yes, who said this? Abundance mindset, Habibti. Yeah, exactly. Abundance mindset. When you think, oh, there's only these men, I promise you, it's all up in here. You need to switch that changing. And that's why perhaps you will go for less options. When a lot of women, they think that there's limited men. Sure, and there's only these men I can choose from. Sure, they will only choose these types of men. It's exactly the same if you think there's only these types of jobs that I have. When in reality, abundance is your fucking birthright. Abundance is your fucking birthright. That's why I'm saying go understand your true nature, right? I'm fascinated by Ibn Arabi's work, right? Absolutely, Sheikh Al-Akbar. But realize who you are. Realize your soul. Realize who you are. And then you have this abundance mindset in all areas of your life. All praise be to God. Shit, we got to get some likes up in this shit. Obviously. Shit, how long have I been live for? I've been live for long, man. Salam, how much have I missed? Shit, you missed a lot. But don't worry, what I'll do is I will post up both as a podcast. We'll have this as a podcast. So anyone that wants to listen in on the podcast, they'll have that. And we'll have the video on YouTube as well. So you can always rewatch it. Life is a mirror, babies. And this fight is full of barakah, especially when you have yaqeen. Who is this? Maria. Hey, what's up, Maria? Maria knows what she's talking about. Is it Maria? I hope it's Maria. But too late. Now your name is Maria. But that's what I'm talking about. Life is a mirror. Life is a mirror. Read some of, look, Neville Goddard, right? Look into Neville Goddard. It's called Law of Assumption, right? Go on YouTube, right? Law of Assumption. And you might say, oh, does this correlate with Islam and this and that? That's why, I suggest and invite you to study some of Mufti Abu Layth's video. He's made a series called Islamic Psychology. If you go on his YouTube channel, go on playlist, there's one called Islamic Psychology. I think it can be tricky to understand if you haven't done really shadow work, but if you have done some shadow work, really, really check him out. Mufti is a psychologist as well. So, yeah, I think, shit, we still got 24 messages. Let's see. You know exactly when you dismiss, you got your purpose and your soul. Heal yourself first. Yeah. You got to heal yourself. Do you know your life path number since you are interested in this kind of thing? You know what? Life path number, I looked into that. I don't know whether I believe in that stuff, right? I don't know whether I believe in that stuff. I believe we all are assigned a purpose. Absolutely. I believe all of us have a purpose. But I don't know whether I believe in the life. I think I looked into it once. And mine was kind of correct. But I was still like, I don't know. How long does it take to get healed after a trauma? That depends on how deep that trauma went. But you can't go with the attitude of how long will this take? You got to go and say this is a lifelong journey. I'm going to heal for the rest of my life if that's what it takes. You can't be like, 10 minutes. You can't. I used to do the same. I'm not trying to mock you. So sorry if that comes off like I'm mocking you. I'm really not. I apologize if that. By the way, if I say something and it mocks you guys, I'm really not. I'm not trying to be a dick. That's just how I talk. But yeah, it's like healing is a lifelong thing. You gotta heal. And you got. I'm still healing. If I were like, I'm healed, I'm not. I'm still healing. We all are still healing. What if he keeps making lustful jokes with you, but claims to be a good Muslim? Yeah, he's a. Yeah. What if he keeps making lustful jokes with you, but claims to be a good Muslim and husband? Yep. He can still be a great husband and a good Muslim, sure, but he's a very horny one. Not gonna lie. And this is where you have to put out boundaries too. You got to be like, hey, this is inappropriate. Don't fucking talk to me. And notice how he reacts. Notice how he reacts when you set up boundaries. Notice what happens when you say no. This is not okay.
Notice how he like, oh, ha, 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 oh, why you become so halal? Oh, chill, chill, chill. This and that. When he's making lustful jokes, it's really because he's really, really sexually attracted to you. And when he is in that state, he really wants something out of you, right? And perhaps in that state, he will say whatever he needs to say to essentially get close to you. So you gotta be cautious. And I'm not gonna lie, we are men, right? We make lustful jokes. We do, because that's our way of flirting as well. But my point is just to say, you have to put up boundaries. Put up some boundaries. See what happens. See what happens when you say, fuck off. Fuck off. Don't fucking ever see if he gets cold. Or see if he's like, oh, and he almost tries to use his emotional manipulation that he will pull away, essentially just pull away, just to eventually make you, fall in line and just be like, okay, whatever you want, sir. What if he gets quiet and distant when conflict arises? He emotionally shut. What if he gets? Thank you, Carlo. Thank you for the rose. What if he gets quiet and distant when conflict arises? If he gets quiet and distant when conflict arises, yeah, he's emotionally shutting down. He's emotionally shutting down. He doesn't know how to sit with his own emotions. I used to be similar. I used to be similar in that way. Where I would shut down, and I thought that was being subtle and that was being mature. It's not. It's not emotionally shut. It's just emotionally shutting down. It's because a lot of men haven't learned how to sit with their own emotions. So that's why he's doing that. Nadia, not all men. They said yeah, I know you were. That's okay. I get it, Nadia. I was playing with you as well. No worries. True. When I was on my healing journey, my ex mocked me. Yeah. Because he's afraid of your light. He's afraid of your light. He doesn't want to do the shit. He says, sister, we need to know one life path, shadow work, Chinese astrology. I don't know about Chinese astrology though. Life path, huh? Look into Gabor Mate. Gabor Mate, definitely. And if you want to do deep work, the psychedelic therapy. But again, that has to be guided and assisted with professionals and under the right settings and all these things. And yeah. And right now, we don't have anything that's actually meant for Muslim women. Something I've been talking to Mufti as well, that essentially having retreat centers where it's safe for women and it's actually led by women, by other women, essentially. I think that would be really, really amazing. Yeah, we got some things in the pipeline. Don't you worry. So yeah, I'm not. Look, astrology and all of these things. I'm not a big believer in these things. To be fair, I don't even even this thing with evil eye. I don't believe in it. I'm gonna make a whole video on that. You guys can check out again Mufti when he talks about the evil eye. It never really made sense for me either. It was like, why does this shit only affect Muslims? So apparently, if I'm Muslim, then it's okay. Then the evil eye is there, and if I'm not, because you got all these motherfuckers that are like showing off this and that, and they're cool. They're non-Muslim. So why is this? And I genuinely believe it's somewhat of a placebo effect, massive placebo. And the brain loves to fill in gaps. So if something happens, like, oh yeah, evil eye. But yeah, you guys can disagree with that. I don't mind. Give advice for a daughter who is living with an abusive father who claims to be a perfect man. Allahu Akbar. I'm so fucking sorry you have to go through that shit. Hey. You know what? When I read people's stories, right, I just realize how much suffering and pain there is in the world. That's why I do this shit too. Sometimes, when you're healing and you're like, life is good, and then at the same time, I'm sorry you got to go through that. Fuck, man. The best you can do, honestly, is I don't know how old you are. I don't know. But realize this has nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that your father is treating you that way. It's not. You deserve better. You deserve to be treated better. You deserve someone to actually love you for who you are. You deserved and you are worthy of a parent that loved you in unconditionally. Understand that. And if he's unable to give that, that's on him. That's not on you. That's on you. Essentially, that's on him. It's not on you.
And you have to understand that it has nothing to do with you. Nothing. I have look. I've spoken to someone, man. A lot of these men, they're so fucking traumatized. I'm not trying to talk bad about your father, but unless you give me the unless you give me the permission, I'll start shitting on him. I'm joking. I wouldn't do that. Maybe. No, but I just think, yeah. It's nothing to do with you. Blessings to you, honestly. Stay strong. Journal. Do the best that you can do. When you are experience these things, again, go back and try to heal. Because that father wound of yours, that will haunt you. And even if you get to a relationship, that shit will haunt you as well. So I'm telling you, just do your best and heal. Blessings to you, honestly. May God really make it easy on you. I'll expose him, dude. For real, my father just came from work and he washed dishes for once and started tantrum. Oh my days. Oh my God. What are there with these fathers, man? What? Look, you know what it is? With a lot of Muslim men, a lot of Muslim fathers, they essentially are emotionally literally like children. They are still like children. The way they throw tantrums and they throw around things when they are tired and like, I'm a man. It's almost like a little boy. A little kid. Just a little kid. Like, grow the fuck up. Honestly. Get some fucking emotional intelligence. The fuck? Men think, I got a louder voice than them. Does that make me more of a man then? Huh? So if I got a louder voice, then I'm not trying to be disrespectful to your father, but I'm just saying on other men, I got a louder voice, then does that make me more? No, it doesn't. Doesn't, man. Doesn't. These men, they don't know. A lot of us haven't been raised by real men. We think that it's real men. Maybe it's the warrior type. We think the warrior is the only type of man. No, it's not. In Jungian psychology, you have different aspects of what a man is. Like you have the warrior, you have the lover, right? What do you have else? Ellis. Fuck, I speak Danish. What do you have else? You have the lover, the magician. You have all of these archetypes, and that essentially, when you combine all of it, that makes a man. Come on. All right, guys, hold up. Let's do 10 minutes more, and then I'm bounce. Salam, how old are you? I'm 30. I'm 30 years young. Hold up, did I miss anything? Dude, for real, my father. Bro, I started recording and he told me it'll be over if you expose me. Oh, shit. What the actual fuck, man? You know, may God make it easy on you. May God make it easy. Emma, I'm good. How are you? Thank you, Golden Days. Appreciate you. Let's do 10 minutes more and I'm bouncing, guys. I think you should create a list of suggested books. I think I should too as well. I don't know where I should post them though. Where do you guys want to post them? I can post them on... maybe I'll make a video. Yeah, maybe I'll make a video so you guys can check that out. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam. Facts takes time to realize this. Great idea. My sisters, you have to be super insecure to wait around for a guy to come back. Good riddance. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck him. You don't realize your own fucking worth. That's why I'm not gonna... Okay. How do I say this without sounding like a dick? But some of you really have fucking low self-worth. You have no self-respect. I listen to some of your messages. I'm like, you got no fucking self-respect. I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm saying this with all love. I'm saying this with love because you are this infinite being. Do you understand? You are an infinite being. Sure, your body will die, but your soul never dies. You don't understand your fucking worth, man. That's why I say when you heal, you can elevate yourself spiritually to a point where you realize your true nature. And when you have your true nature, you don't want any fucking person. When are they going to come back? No. You find someone that's a trillion times better. And God willing, you will. What is your ethnicity? I'm Pakistani, yeah? Become a therapist, please. Shit. I'm going to do one-on-one coaching. But I don't really want to take in a lot of people, to be fair. I want to keep them more close. But I'm going to start a community. Yeah, we're going to start having a community. Maybe it's going to be on Discord. Maybe it's going to be on school, whatever. So, because there's a lot of these conversations. I love you guys are just messaging each other and helping each other out. You guys are beautiful. That's what I mean. It's beautiful souls we got in here. We're building the best and the most beautiful community ever, right? We're building the most beautiful and loving and healing community. So I love how you guys are helping each other out. I see all of you. I love the frequency analogy. So do I. I'm not into numerology. Nah, I'm not into that. I'm not. Nah, not really. That's not that type of thing. Feel like I'm more. I like scientific things. If you can back it up by science, anything like that. Do we marry a man who's been divorced twice? I think I already answered that. I've asked you, please talk about. I've asked you before. Please talk about Urfi marriages, especially in the tourist areas, for paper. What is Urfi marriages? Is that a term I don't know? Welsh lady. Sorry, I'm not getting that question. Hi, what's up? What's up? How do you know if a man is serious about you? Fuck, man. So many good questions. You guys don't even want me to leave? What the fuck? Well, hasad is different from evil eye. It's very, very different concepts. This idea that someone can send some energy directly to you and all of a sudden you have a bad day. No, I do not believe in any of that. I do not believe in any of that. No. I just don't. You can disagree. Mufti has I will make a video on that once. And I'll even back it up from both from a Quranic perspective and a Hadith perspective as well. That's my opinion. And to be fair, it drains you so fucking much. You think I would actually be making these videos if I was afraid of that type of shit? I'm not. I think it really limits people. I think it's... Yeah. Anyways. It's not real. I don't believe in it, Nadia. I just don't. Check out Mufti Abu Layth. He has with Dr. Shabir Ali as well. Dr. Shabir Ali has actually made a video on about it as well. And I used to believe similar. I was like, oh yeah, it's in the Quran, this and this and that. Go check it out. I'll make a video on it otherwise. You guys need to check these videos out. Anyways, guys, look. What language do we speak? Okay, guys, we finally have a man in here. What language do you speak, bro? All the time? Why? Sorry, bro. Sorry. I'll never ever curse again. Get the fuck out of here. Alright. A lot of love to everybody. Thank you, Rosaline. Thank you for congratulating me on the podcast. Yeah, I am on the podcast. Breath of fresh air, sir. What should I do? My husband keeps having affairs. What the fuck? Drop him. What the I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a dick here, bro. I gotta be empathy. Look, if he's having affairs, why the fuck are you with him? Oh my god, these lives are gonna be crazy. Guys, a lot of love to all of you. He didn't respond well when I brought it up to him and he ended it because... Okay. Oh my god, you guys have a baby too. Okay. If he keeps having affairs, heal yourself, find yourself, love yourself, figure out who you are. Stop doing this shit to yourself. Have some fucking mercy for yourself. Have some grace. Have some self-love. Anyways, guys, I sponsor him from Pakistan. Oh my, how can I stop right now? How are you sponsoring a guy from Pakistan and he's doing affairs? What? Oh my god. And that's a Pakistani as well. You say, I sponsor a man from Pakistan and he has multiple affairs and I have a baby with him. Brittany, I'm so sorry, but what the fuck? Oh my god. I don't know what to say. I was about to end this live. I'm actually really shocked. What the fuck? Okay, look at what all of these comments are saying, okay? All of them are saying... Ah, shit. Oh, okay. Guys, I need to drop off anyway. I can't, yeah, we need to talk about this tomorrow. I'm going to jump off. Guys, a lot of love. Thank you for joining. Thank you for staying. Anyone, all of your questions. Yeah, don't worry. I love this little community too. And we're going to create, maybe I'm going to create a Discord server or something. Everyone can chat in that. You guys need to advise each other, help each other, heal each other, all of that. There'll be plenty of space for that. So a healing community, a lot of love. And that's that, man. That's it. Anyways, yeah, Discord server. I got you. I'm going to make that. So, yeah, we're going to vet people though. I'll need to vet people though before they can join. So it's a safe place for everybody. Anyways, guys, a lot of love, a lot of blessings. Thank you so much for all of your time. Thank you for, everything. I love you. And yeah, most importantly, fix your relationship to yourself. Fix your relationship to God, and I promise, everything you want will come to you. All praise be to God. Love.